Congress is holding hearings right now on all of these drones or UFOs appearing all over the United States. Congressman Smith in New Jersey just a few moments ago said that he's witnessed them as well. Went to the beach area with New Jersey residents, saw over 50 of these orbs coming out of the ocean, flying up to the sky. Like, what in the heck are these things? We can't get answers. Who knows? Why are they flying over nuclear installations?
The prophets of the Most High know. The 12 tribes of Israel know. We're going to bring it out.
What the heck are they doing? Congress is trying to get answers as we speak. This just from just a few minutes ago.
We got the answers. If you want to know what's going on, interview an Israelite. Interview a Hebrew Israelite, y'all would say, or a quote-unquote black Hebrew Israelite. We know what's going on with the UFO sightings. And we're going to go through the scriptures, and we're going to tell you what's going on.
On Capitol Hill. Why don't you shoot these things down? Watch.
Here. Is that something that it'd be hard to do? And then why do you need to intercept data in order to do that? If the object is there, destroy it.
So it's a good question. I think the way it works, as I understand it, and my colleagues can talk about this operationally, if you had, let's say, a football game, and you would have a perimeter, it would be declared as a temporary flight restricted area.
Okay.
So around that, you're going to have a buffer zone. You have an area where it's a no-go, and then you have a larger area around that where you might want to detect what's flying, and then you have a larger area around that where you might be tracking, but regular commercial drone use is okay. And so as they're getting closer and closer to the facility, you're detecting originally the signals to see what is that drone. You're trying to identify the drone. Oh, is that a UPS? Is that
like a long distance radar or something like that?
Exactly. So is that a UPS drone that's just delivering a package somewhere? Let it go on its way. Is it getting closer?
So some of them are lying and saying these are drones, not UFOs.
UPS drone. Right? Is that a UPS drone just trying to deliver a package? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe all of these drones are just holiday shoppers, and they're just delivering packages.
Dropping off FBI jackets at the FBI office.
Or something.
Are they storks? Is it that time of year? Maybe they're baby storks.
Maybe it's just UPS packages. Why can't we shoot them down? Oh, yeah. We're just going to let that one go on. Maybe that's an Amazon delivery. Maybe those are socks that you ordered on Amazon. They're showing up at your house.
I love the government morality of like, yes, we will support a genocide in another country. We will overthrow governments, but we will not get caught shooting down a drone that we don't know who it belongs to. Like, really?
They're very concerned about packages. They're very concerned about UPS packages or deliveries. Well, we finally today have our clearest photos yet of these so-called drones or UFOs over New Jersey. They don't look anything like drones, by the way. In fact, they appear to be orbs. Yes, circular orbs, which we've said on the show repeatedly. This footage was captured on Sunday night in New Jersey and finally released. Take a look at this. So this is a person, using a telephoto lens camera, and you can see here in their viewfinder what they're seeing in their viewfinder. These are circular orbs, some sort of large circular orbs, not drones. Someone got the UFO image with his telescope. You can see from the video behind the camera. You can see this orb is surrounded by like some kind of a field as well. Another eagle-eyed observers have pointed out it's the same kind of field, by the way, that Bob Lazar described almost 30 years ago when looking at these type of craft. There's some sort of a field that surrounds these craft. And according to the poster, the field around the UFO drone looks like it's bouncing light off of it when it's being reflected. Governor of New Jersey, Murphy, was asked about this. Well, what are you doing about this? And he's like, I don't have any answers either. The governor, watch.
The drones in New Jersey, in Morris County, I don't know how many mayors sent a letter to you this morning asking for a clarification. What can you tell us? What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say, most importantly, right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had
so you're the governor of the state. You're the governor of the state. 49 sightings last night. And
now those
and you
include,
can't.
I think I.
Sorry. 49 sightings over the state of New Jersey. You don't have answers from your government. You're the governor of a state. One of the most densely populated state in the United States, by the way. More people live closer in New Jersey, close to each other than any state in the country. So there's all these eyewitness accounts of this over military bases. And we don't know. We can't get answers. No one will give you, the governor, answers of this. So now we also have eyewitness photos, crystal clear photos of these orbs also now being published. Do those look like drones to you?
No, they look like embryos.
Yeah, they look like some sort of embryo or some sort of massive, I don't know, circular orb with some sort of field around them hovering. And this is what we're seeing now. So again, also other eyewitnesses seeing these sort of like wheel within a wheel, like something like right out of the Bible. Look at these. This is over New Jersey. Does that look like some sort of any kind of a drone that you've ever seen before? Well, the problem is we don't know because no one's telling us. And even in front of Congress, they're not. So that even looks like biblical drawings, like a wheel within a wheel, like Ezekiel, right? I mean, you have drawings like this going back thousands of years, by the way. Some of these from the 1600s right here. These sort of wheel within a wheel in the sky. What are these things? Okay.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Right? Let's get to it. Hold on, bear with me. All right. All praises to the Most High. They don't know what's going on, but we do. It's the book of Ezekiel. We're gonna show y'all the quote unquote UFOs or the Lord's chariots, right? The clouds, right? Or the Most High. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud. Oh, Salakia. A great cloud, and a fire enfolded itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. These are the so-called UFOs that these Edomites were seeing. That great cloud, the whirlwind. Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. So these are the so-called angels that's basically operating these UFOs through the spirit. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. All right, we're going to jump down to verse 15. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels. Remember what the Edomite said, a wheel inside of a wheel. And you see the different artwork that was shown. The wheels in their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they had one likeness. They 4 had one likeness. And the appearance of their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Verse 17. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. Those are windows. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them, And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. You see that? So these angels, the living creatures right in the scriptures that look like men, right? Wherever their spirit wanted to go, they did it without steering. You know how a car has a steering wheel? Vehicles have steering wheels. There's no steering wheel on these UFOs. They controlling it by their mind. Oh, I want to go over here, so the chariot move. Verse 20. Whatsoever their spirit was to go, they went. Right? Just explain what I just said. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. You see that? Their mind controlled the UFO. No need for no steering wheel. These are the living creatures of the Most High God. The Tesla. You think the Tesla got something on the chariots? Come on, man. Elon Musk got that idea driving auto from Ezekiel, from the book of Ezekiel. We've been doing this, man. Come on, man. We've been driving with no hands out here, man. Israel do it big. We the creatives of everything. We the inventors of all things. We have all the knowledge, all the way of knowledge. We have all the power through the Most High God. Let's get some more precepts. I just had to boast about my people because nobody else ain't gonna do it. These other nations don't care. They think the UFOs are some damn green aliens. Damn Marty the Martian. This is the book of Psalms 104, verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Talking about the heavens, the sky, right? Remember, there's waters up there in the firmament. Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Let's look up what a chariot is. Let's look up what a chariot is. Look, see? A two-wheel horse-drawn vehicle, right? So it's a vehicle, right? But it just said right here that the clouds, remember Ezekiel said the great cloud? So this cloud is a vehicle that's in the waters in the sky. It's a type of airplane, but it's a so-called UFO, a chariot, what they call it? Another word for the UFO, the aerial something phenomenon, right? Let me read on. Who walk up upon the wings of the wind. You see that? Another, to break this down more simple, instead of walk upon the wings of the wind, it's flying in the sky. That's what these chariots do. These air vehicles. Let's get more. Now these chariots, these so-called UFOs, right? It's another word for it. I think it's called AOPs or something like that. Right? If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comment, Baba Kashai. Right? Ezekiel chapter 13. Exodus chapter 13, verse 17. Now these clouds been with us since we escaped out of Egypt. Right? The Most High was in one of the clouds, one of the great clouds, these so-called UFOs, man. Right? It's basically the Lord's presence, his protection, his guidance through these chariots, through these UFOs, right? Exodus chapter 13, verse 17. And it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, that the Most High led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, less pre-adventure for people repent when they see war and they return to Egypt. Verse 18. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. You see that? God is leading us. Let's see how. Verse 19. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him. He had straightly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones away hence with you. Verse 20. And they took their journey from Succoth, and they camped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. Verse 21. And Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud. This ain't talking about the cloud that Goku and Gohan be on in Dragon Ball Z. This is talking about the great cloud, the chariot of the Most High, the so-called UFOs, to lead them by the way, and by the night in the pillar of fire. Because remember in Ezekiel, it said had a brightness to it, the fire. Read it on, to give them light to go by day and night. So when it was daytime, the UFO was like a cloud to give a shade during the hot sunny day. And then at nighttime, right, the UFO had a brightness like go to a fire, right? So we get some warmth during the cold night. All praise to the Most High. Verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. So the Lord was with us, man, protecting us. He had us. He sustained us, maintained us, cared for us while he was sitting in these chariots, chilling in these so-called UFO, man. Let's get more. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 19. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind him. Said the angel of God. Right? If you know, you know. Drop a comment and answer who that angel was through the Spirit. But you see, the pillar of the cloud was with us and went before us. Right? Read it on. Verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them, to the Egyptians. It was blinding them. But it gave light by night to these, to us. It gave light by us. It was guiding us, directing us, shedding light. So that the one came not near the other all the night. You see how the chariots, the UFOs, right, was protecting us when the Egyptians was chasing us. All praise to the Most High. Let's get more. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 9. Salagia. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Lo, I come into thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. You see, the Most High was in that thick cloud, the chariot, the so-called UFO, right? The sky vehicle, the air vehicle, right? The most advanced jet / plane / whatever you want to call it, through the spirit, spaceship, right? The most advanced. All right, let's get more. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 40, verse 34. Then a cloud covered the tent of the congregation, and the glory of Yahweh filled the tabernacle. Right? You see that? The Most High's presence is in that cloud. Verse 35. And Moses was not able to enter into the tent of the congregation because the cloud abode thereon, and the glory of Yahweh filled the tabernacle. And when the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle, the children of Israel went onward in all their journeys. See that? Can a regular cloud come up and down in the earth, in the sky? No. Verse 37. But if the cloud were not taken up, then they journey not to the day that it was taken up. You see that? So when it was time for us to move, the Most High, right, through the Spirit, he used he signaled to us that it was time to move by the so-called UFO, right? The chariot. If it went up, it's time to go, right? If it stopped and abode with us, now it's time for us to stop and chill, right? Verse 38. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle by day, and fire was on it by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys. You see that? You see how I call it the cloud of Yahweh, right? The spaceship of Yahweh, the so-called UFO of Yahweh, this aerial phenomenon of Yahweh, the chariot of Yahweh. All praises. Let's get a couple more. Let's get some accounts. A couple of accounts. This is the book of 2 Kings. We're going to start from, I'm going to read verse 1 and probably jump to verse 11. Check this out. 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. We just explained what this whirlwind is. The great cloud, the chariot, the so-called UFO, the most advanced spaceship you ever known. Read it on. That Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. Let's jump down to verse 11. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire. So as many chariots, many so-called UFOs, many advanced spaceships, right, that appeared to them. That's why I said in horses of fire, right? There's many of them. There's an army of them. And parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. All praises to the Most High. So Elijah was beamed up into a chariot, was beamed up, right, into the Most High spaceship or so-called UFO, right? That's the same thing that's going to happen to us in these last days when these nuclear bombs is going to be dropped on America and in South America, Mexico, wherever you at. right? We're going to be saved by these chariots, right? Hold on, Salakia, bear with me. All right, Salakia, I'm back. So you see how Elijah went up in a whirlwind to heaven into the chariot, right? The same thing is going to happen to us when we be saved from the destruction that's coming to America through the Spirit, right? And Christ even talked about this. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. How is the Most High going to gather his elect? By a bus? Huh? By a train? Nah. By them UFOs, by the chariots, by the great clouds, right? By the aerial phenomenons, by those advanced spaceships through the Spirit, right? Let's give one more precept. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11. We're going to read verse 12 and 13. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended, right? The elect ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So our enemies, right? The other nations gonna be like, what the? This whole time they coming to save these black people and these Hispanic people? Oh man, I thought it was aliens in there. No, it's the Most High's chosen children in those so-called UFOs. Fooled you, verse 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, right? This is the bombs, right? And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. That's a complete amount of people. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. You see that? We're going to be praising the Lord when we be saved, when the destruction of America comes upon her, right?